Omar, thanks for joining me today. I'm happy to get to know you a little bit better.
Thank you.
I'd like to start by having you just tell me your full name.
Omar is as a nickname. We use that. My full name is Ahmed A. Ali. That's my full name. But I have that nickname. I get famous with it. I keep it. I'm an immigrant from Somalia.
From Somalia.
Yeah, the war-torn country.
What part of Somalia are you from?
From the south, Kismayo.
What was it like before in Kismayo? I've seen pictures and it looks beautiful. Can you tell me about it?
Kismayo is the most beautiful city in Somalia, I can call it. Why? Because it's on the corner of the sea and the river, and they meet. The river meets the sea just a few miles north of Kismayo. And then the water is salt from this side, sweet from this side. It's all greenland. You can have a fresh milk, fresh meat, fresh fish, and fresh fruit at the same time in Kismayo.
How long ago did America become your home?
I think it was 16 years ago.
16 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've been living in Cairo, and always I had in my mind, I had a vision that one day I will be in America. So I went to a place they teach English. It was a church. They called St. Andrew's United Church. I went there, I learned English. I didn't know English before that, zero English.
Can you tell me some about your family?
We are a family of 10 now.
Wow, 10.
Yes. I have 7 daughters and big boy. You know me, I'm busy.
Yeah.
I'm busy at home. When I go to the business, I'm busy.
So what is it that you do for a living?
I do have a grocery. I do have a grocery. My wife started the business first from a small clothing thing, and we made it a grocery store. It was a little bit tough to start it. Then after that, we successfully opened that business. Not only a business, it was an opportunity for my community to get help too, because we don't have a place that they can go and get help. When they need to apply a job, they need somebody to help them. When they need immigration papers, somebody to help them, I am here to help them. So it was a place for me, for my community. That's the way I started.
And I've spent many hours in your store, drinking tea, listening to the Somali language. It is definitely a focal spot for the Somali community to gather, isn't it?
To gather, yes. We don't have a community center that open for them, to help them. We don't have that gap. So we get the gap. When we get the gap, the people feel like they don't have help. And a lot of them move out of Amarillo because they don't have a help that they needed.
So I know that your store meets an important need, not just for helping, but for gathering. What are some of the ways that the Somali community celebrates their own culture, their own heritage here in Amarillo?
The biggest celebration we make here is the Independence Day. It's not far from the American Independence Day. We celebrate our independence in July 1st to remember those who fought for the independence of Somali people. And also we celebrate the Eid, the 2 Eids that we have as a Muslim community. We celebrate for the Ramadan Eid, which is the end of Ramadan, and we celebrate the Eid al-Adha.
If I ask people around the Somali community, what is something you are proud of? What is something that the Somali people are known for? What are they really good at? What would you say?
Entrepreneur. Somalis are entrepreneur.
Entrepreneurs?
Yes, we love to do business. Whether you are in Minneapolis, in Seattle, in London, in Melbourne, in Sydney, or in Johannesburg, or in Nairobi, or even in Addis Ababa, Somalis are entrepreneurs. We love to be independent.
We've talked, Omar, a lot about mahma, about Somali proverbs and how important proverbs are in Somali culture. Is there any proverb that you can think of that addresses this, how people come together, work together to solve problems like this?
Far Kelia Folmadak. Far Kelia Folmadak. You said that before, I think.
Yes.
That's a good mahma.
The meaning being only one finger cannot
wash your face. You cannot wash your face with one finger. You have to wash it with your 5 fingers, right? And the palm together. In that way, you can wash your face. But you cannot get the water in one finger and wash it your face. It's not going to solve your issues.
What is one way that it's been difficult to be a Somali American?
It's not only Somali American. It's never be easy to go to a country, not your own homeland. It's always been hard. It's hard for us. It's hard for all the immigrants. You're gonna miss a lot of things that you've been doing back home. So always it's hard to celebrate. It's hard to get a place for your worship. It's hard to get a community center that you own or you run. It's hard to get the people, since the people are everybody's busy on himself. It's hard to get them together.
You know, I often think about how Somali people seem like the West Texans of Africa. Independent, focused on their family, proud of their faith. And even you, I'm thinking about you and your independence. You started your own business, and even recently, last year, you bought your own house. Is that right?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. That was the big step that I've been thinking about it. First, you have to make a family. Then making a family with a lot of children, living in an apartment, that was my miserable situation. I was thinking to get out of apartments and to get my own house to be independent. I think that is the biggest step that anybody can make to buy a house. For me, America, it was my country that I was thinking about it. Then I get the strength that they said, America is your homeland, not Somalia no more. Let's put Somalia aside now, and let's think how to be an American. And I told a lot of people that are trying to buy a home in Africa, I tell them, where you guys live? The answer is always United States. So I ask them, why you don't live in America then? Which I mean, why you don't buy a house in here, not in Africa? It doesn't make sense for me to buy a house in Africa or build a house in Nairobi and live in an apartment in Texas.
So they're still living straddled between two worlds.
Two worlds, and that is not going to be good for you, for anybody. You have to decide which way you're going to go. Then you're going to succeed from there.
Wow.
I have that vision. I make that decision with the help from my wife too. She make the same decision. She encouraged me that she say, we don't need Africa. Why we need Africa?
Because now you are American.
We are American. We have American kids. We live in Texas. We are Texans now.
You've talked about how you've helped people filling out forms, translating documents, all of these things from your desk at the grocery store. What are some other ways that you've been able to serve the Somali community here in town?
I help them, not only me, but we came together as elders in the community to build our own mosque first. It cost us too much. We didn't go anywhere. We say we can do it, and we did it. We purchased a place that is the biggest in Amarillo now. We have our own center that we take care of our own kids on the weekend so they can learn the culture, the Quran, and things like that. But we also have our own mosque to pray and our own place to worship. So we became independent from any other community to be in our own. We have our own place to worship, our own place for our kids. But also, I always encourage them to learn. If you live in a country, the first key is the language.
And I've noticed that at your mosque and the building next to it that you purchased later and dedicated, you had to walk this line dealing with the fear that people have experienced as Muslims, especially after events like what took place in New Zealand. The fear of hiding away in your own place or welcoming people. And I've seen your community step out boldly and invite the mayor of our city, the chief of police, and us for events and dialogues, cross-cultural dialogues, to get to know one another and work through solutions. I've been really impressed with how you have led that charge and how the Somali community has helped to teach the broader community, the broader city, about their own culture. So thank you for doing that.
Thank you. Religion is supposed to not to divide us. Religion is the key between you and your God. It's supposed to make you closer to your God. But you have to, also religion have to make you closer to the people. But the problem is people use the religion as a division. I have opposite of that. I believe we're all one, and we thinking to do more, meet more, and make more connections between us and the city, between us and the other people, between us and the communities, different churches, different mosques, and different beliefs, to come together, understand each other, learn each other from, talk to one another, not escape from one another.
Because fear often breeds lies. We believe lies when we are afraid, isn't that right?
That is true. When you're scared from something, there will be a lot of rumors going in between. So there will be a lot of lies, and there will be a lot of rumors, and you believe in sometimes when the lies comes back and back and back again. When the lies get repeated a lot, it may look like it's true.
Yeah. Well, Omar, I just want to thank you for spending some time with me and helping me to celebrate the Somali culture and teach about the rich heritage here that's being carried out right in front of our eyes here in Amarillo. And we're just so glad that you have chosen to call Amarillo your home. I really am. Thank you.
On behalf of the Somali community, Dr. Ryan, I want to thank you. And not only the Somali community, on behalf of all the immigrants and refugees that come to this city, I want to thank you.